Hello friends, today we are going to talk about the parenchyma. So parenchyma literally means in the Greek, para means beside and chyma is to pour. Okay, now let's talk about the general characteristics. So what characters the parenchyma has? So parenchyma cells, they are thin walled, okay, and they are usually isodiametric. So isodiametric means they are not longer than broad, okay, and these are the cells that are made from the cellulose, and their shape vary from oval, spherical or polygonal, okay. The important thing about the parenchyma is that when it is present in the root or the shoot tip, they will constitute the meristematic tissue, okay. They contain the meristematic tissue. So where does they contain the meristematic tissue? They will contain the meristematic tissue at root and the shoot tip, okay. So parenchyma is precursor of other type of tissue, so it's a precursor for other type of tissue. The parenchyma cells, they contain the living protoplasm, okay, and uh, okay, they constitute the living protoplasm, and they can perform several important functions like food storage, okay, photosynthesis, secretion, and excretion, okay. So these are the few important process that is played by the parenchymatic cells, okay. If we talk about the origin of the parenchymatic cell, this is the general characteristic we have just learned. Now if we talk about the origin of parenchymatic cell, then parenchymatic cell in vascular tissue, it appears from, okay, in vascular tissue it will appear from the procambium, okay. Okay, and if you are talking about cortex pith, okay, if you are talking about the cortex pith or the mesophyll parenchyma, then they are originated from ground meristem, okay. Now in the, okay, now when there is a time for the secondary growth, okay, then this parenchyma, they will appear from the cambium, okay. So this is all about the origin of the parenchyma, students. Now we will talk about the shape and the size. I already told you that if you're talking about their shape, so they can be oval, okay, they can be round or polygonal, okay. The second thing is, I already told you, they are isodiametric. It means they are broad, okay, not much longer, they are more broad, okay. They possess dense cytoplasm, okay, and in general they possess many sides, around 14 to 17 sides, or we can say faces also, okay. So this is about the parenchymatic cell shape. Now just let's talk about the types of parenchyma. So basically there are 5 kinds of parenchyma, okay. The first one is the prosenchyma, okay. So these prosenchyma, this parenchymatic cell, they will exhibit the thickening of cell wall, okay. So they exhibit the cell wall thickening, and this thickening is due to the deposition of the cellulose, okay. So these cells, that's why they are called as prosenchyma, and the function of these prosenchymata cell is to, because there is a thickening, right, so it will provide a mechanical support, okay. protection, as well as conduction. Okay. The second type of the uh, parenchyma is the arenchyma. So aren means air, right? So in the hydrophyte, what will happen? The hydrophytes are the plants that are growing in the water. Okay, the parenchyma, it will bear the large and the abundant intercellular cavities. Okay. So if the parenchyma is having the large intercellular cavities, then it is known as arenchyma. Okay, so I already told you they are present in the hydrophyte. So the main function is to provide buoyancy. Okay, so that the plants can float on the water. Okay, the third kind of parenchyma is chlorenchyma. So the name itself indicate that this parenchyma cell, it consists of the chlorophyll. Okay, so if it has a chlorophyll, then it is quite obvious that it will perform the photosynthetic reaction. Okay. The fourth type of parenchyma is the idioblast. Okay, and these idioblast, they will produce and the store, and they will produce and store tannins, oils, and calcium oxalate. Okay, so the main function, if we are talking about the idioblast, is that to secrete the material and to supply enzyme to digest food. So they will play the role in the digestion of food. And the last but not the least, the fifth type of parenchyma is the storage parenchyma. So here we have the space, so I will write it here, maybe from this color. So the name itself indicate that the purpose is to store food. Okay, sugar, protein, and oils. Okay, and the example is the endosperm. Okay, that is present in the seed and the fruit pulp. Okay, so student, in this video, just before closing the video, let's have a quick recap that we have talked about the general characteristics. You can go one by one. Then how these parenchyma cell have originated. So they have originated from procambium, ground meristem, and the cambium. Okay, the shape, it can vary from oval to round. Okay, and usually they are very broad, and there are basically 5 types of the parenchyma: prosenchyma, arenchyma, chlorenchyma, idioblasts, and the storage parenchyma. Okay, and each having the distinctive features and the function. So I hope it is clear to you. Thank you for watching the video.